It's working. We're live. Chatterbox 78 Bare Necessity with Day Trois Quan. Skittles McStabby Pants here.
Hola.
Got into my little radio guy thing there for a second. I kind of felt it. But yeah, I think that the big fucking news of the day is that fucking Count Dankula was actually convicted in Edinboro. Like, that fucking kills me.
Yeah, I was fucking amazed.
Dude makes a fucking video teaching his fucking girlfriend's pug to do like a silly Nazi salute as like a joke. And they're like, fuck you, that's illegal.
Yeah, it's so fucking obvious that it's just a fucking like a fucking joke to fuck with his girlfriend.
Yeah, and it's a cute one. I'm sorry, a pug doing a little Nazi salute is kind of fucking adorable. Like, yeah, and obviously not hateful. He's not like fucking preaching like, you know, the pug's gonna gas the Jews.
Yeah,
so, little Hitler, you know.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I can say with confidence that pug will not gas any Jews.
Exactly. Like I'm pretty sure the pug is not killing anybody, Jew or other. It might kill a couple of fucking like dormice or something. And you don't know, those might be Jewish dormice, but I don't think the dog can tell the difference. So
yeah, you never know. I want to give him too much credit.
It is a pug. Yeah, it's more likely to just suffocate itself. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, sorry.
I thought was kind of funny was,
link.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that too. People have found the Edinboro Police Department's Twitter.
Yeah.
And reposted a fucking thing where they you know, like how like police will put out like little like, hey everybody, don't forget this or remember this, or you know, click it or ticket, you know, kind of thing here.
Right.
And they put out one that was like, just be aware, like we can find out who you are. Don't think that when you say something online, we won't trace you and you won't have to pay the consequences. Which is super fucking 1984. Like,
yeah, no, it's pretty fucking creepy, dude. Yeah,
but so the number of people, and like myself included, knowing I was not going to be remotely original, I was like, hey, I'm in the U.S. Trace it all you want, you fuckhole.
Right.
And just, you know, when I, you know, left a nasty little message just for the purpose of, you know, the obvious, and like, and it's just like this fucking everything on there, every reply is people just being like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you guys are fucking insane.
Oh man, that was pretty cool. I liked seeing that. Like I even saw Dave Murphy left a couple of fucking tweets too.
Right on. Yeah, no, it's fucking really disturbing, dude. Like, I'm surprised that, well, at all of it, really. The fact that he ever got fucking charged to begin with, and then that it actually made it to trial. So I guess after all that happened, it shouldn't be that surprising that they actually found him guilty, but it's still fucking weird, dude.
What's weird is they're sticking with it. Like, I'm not sure how they think that's going to play out for them. Because to me, I see, like, there's people organizing. I wouldn't be surprised at all because they delayed sentencing. And I think what they were hoping was, oh, it's getting a lot of attention now. If we don't sentence him for like a month, then it'll just have blown over and people will forget. Yeah. But I don't think they're ready for what's going to happen. I think they're going to end up with huge fucking protests.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, this is not going away. Like, everybody's following this dude and have been.
Well, and it's on the tail of keeping those 3 people out because they were conservatives.
Right. Yeah. Lauren Southern's banned. Like, she can't even fucking. Well, at least she doesn't have to take the plane ride to find out she's banned.
She's Canadian though, and they're supposed to have. They're part of the Commonwealth. They're like sister nations. They're supposed to be allowed in without any real visa or anything of that nature. Actually,
yeah, that's right.
Like same with Australian and whatnot, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if New Zealand is the same. I don't think it is, but I think it's just Australia and Canada and other like colony kind of areas.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially they just kicked 3 people out. They imprisoned 2 of them for, you know, Selmers and Pettibone, they imprisoned for like 3 days.
Yeah,
claiming that they were terrorists.
Yeah, it's really fucking disturbing, dude. Really bizarre.
Yeah, so I think the 1-2 punch of that is going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I wonder if they have any recourse for that, because I mean,
they're suing them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I hadn't followed up on it, so yeah, that's good.
They're filing lawsuits.
Yeah, that's got to be some kind of wrongful imprisonment. Like, okay, you don't want us there. You could have just said no, or turned us right around, sent us back. But detaining them for 3 days, that's fucking weird, man.
That's crossing a line. Well, and Lauren Southern is suing them as well.
Yeah,
she has recourse through the whatever weird thing between Canada and the UK is there.
Yeah,
because I think Canada uses like uses UK stuff, like some of their symbology on like their money. Like there's a lot of connections between the two countries.
Yeah, it's still very much technically the Queen rules over it kind of thing, I believe. Yeah, but again, not really in practice, but. Yeah,
and we can find out for sure and Google all this stuff, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's Canada.
Right. Yeah. Nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah, it's just Canada, so nobody's really concerned. But yeah, that's a trip. That trips me out that they decided to do the 1-2 deal where it's like fucking we're gonna kick these people out based on calling them terrorists. Like they were asking Lauren Southern shit like, what are your feelings about driving a car through a crowd of Muslims or something like that?
Oh, Jesus.
And it's like, you can tell, like, whoever was in charge thought they were fucking clever. You know, like, somebody thought they were a clever dick, and it's going to fucking not end well for them.
Yeah. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, I was actually looking it up. Yeah, so essentially Queen Elizabeth is technically Queen of Canada.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what I thought.
But again, in practice, they're just really their own country. But yeah, it's pretty weird that they've still held on to that. Sorry, I fucking had to know that, dude.
I picked the wrong time to take a drink. Like you finished just as I was drinking. A mouthful of stuff.
I thought you had more to say.
I don't know. I thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still just blown away by it, like because I just saw today that he was convicted. So,
yeah, no, it's really unbelievable, man. In this day and age, especially in Scotland, because I mean, like England itself is one. I guess again, it's all the UK technically, but like I don't know, man. I thought Scotland was a little more free and independent than that, but I guess not.
Well, no, Scotland was the one that had the opportunity to fucking vote for independence and fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Like they were like, we could be free after all these years and William Wallace and all that shit. And fucking, they voted to stay part of the UK.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
And then I'm not sure if Ireland is part of the UK or not. I think it's like
no, just Northern Ireland is part of the
Northern.
UK.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Northern Ireland is the only thing that's still part of the UK.
The rest of Ireland is not a fan.
Yeah. Oh no, I figured that much. Here's what's interesting. So this was the thing. Okay, so this was the spending bill I wanted to cover real quick that I thought was bizarre, and I think Trump is agreeing with it as a form of optics because it's gonna get fucking destroyed by Republicans. Like they're just gonna vote it out. But essentially, like, it just got introduced, and then they have like 4 hours to go through like a 2,000-page fucking thing. It only covers funding for like some gates, some of the gate areas between Mexico and the U.S., but denies any funding for an actual wall.
Oh wow!
It funds. It gives more money to Planned Parenthood. It gives more money to what was the other thing? There was a bunch of fucking liberal bullshit that essentially was like a left-wing fucking agenda deal.
Wow.
So it's bizarre. I think what's going to happen is they're going to do another shutdown. They did a shutdown over the the DACA stuff, and I think it's going to be another shutdown over the budget. And it's because they're not. It's not that there's no sort of like. There's not even an attempt at like reciprocity.
Yeah, or any kind of compromise.
Or any kind of compromise on the left side. It's just basically this is their bill, and it's all done by Speaker Ryan because he's a fucking rhino.
No, yeah, it seems like it's just a lot of grandstanding fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, well, and it's gonna get shot down. I mean, I'm sure most of the fucking people on the left are even gonna be like, well, we can't fucking vote this through. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it's fucking. I don't think they understand that this shit's not really. I mean, other than the rabid anti-Trump people, it's making them look worse. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the majority of people, I think the majority want stronger borders. I think the majority of the people are like, no, you can't keep letting in millions of Mexicans to flood our job market and fucking drive our cost of living up. Because that's what happens is what I was trying to explain to Engelhardt a while ago, but is if you've got like 100 jobs and like 90 people, then the people who want the jobs have a real fucking advantage. Right. You got 100 jobs and 100 people, everybody's going to come out pretty fair. If you got 200 people and 100 jobs, the companies are going to come out like bandits because they could basically just fucking make you do whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody's going to take that fucking job. So bringing in all these Mexicans across the border legally and illegally, it's people who are willing to live like 20 to a fucking bedroom and accept like $4 an hour to work at fucking wherever.
Right.
Like that's why you don't see teenagers working at fast food places anymore. It's all Mexicans.
Yeah.
Well, not all, but I mean, it's majority. Like, because they're willing to come over and live in like 4 or 5 people to a bedroom, 40 or 50 people to a house. Just crazy fucking things.
Yeah, no, it's crazy when you see that, man. I remember when, where my friend lived at a place up there in East Mesa, and there was literally like 15 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment. I was like, fucking insane, dude.
And they're fine with it.
Nuts.
It's crazy. One of the things, and that's what drives our cost of living up so much, is that they're willing to do that and work for nothing. So we should be willing to work for nothing and do the same thing, essentially, in the company's eyes, because they don't give a shit who does the work.
Yeah.
But it's basically driving the quality of life for the U.S. down through the fucking floor. I mean, California is like one of the least. I think it actually came in last this year. It's like the worst place to live or something like that.
Yeah, it's getting bad, man. High taxes and quality.
Yeah, well, they were like, "Oh, Trump's going to give you money. We're going to take it all away." Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. That's going to keep businesses in your state. Oh, you got a tax break? We're going to take that. Thank you. No tax break for you.
Right. Yeah, you're still exactly where you were. We're just taking more of it than the federal government now.
Yeah, I can't imagine how that would fucking fail. Like, even if you don't agree with like lowering taxes, you have to admit, like, if you have a bunch of businesses and you're like, oh, well, somebody lowered them and I'm going to take all that extra money from me. How do you not see that that's going to just drive them into another state every goddamn time?
Yeah, dude, it's robbery, man. It's fucked up.
It's insane. I'm not sure if that passed, though. Again, to be fair, I haven't kept up on that because it's only for businesses.
Right.
And the business I'm in, I don't have to worry because they can't really just relocate to another state. It's just not the way it works.
Right.
But what was it? What was the thing that really tripped me out? Was there's a couple of cities now that are like looking at the potentially defunding of sanctuary states. That was the other thing. There's no defunding of sanctuary states in the spending bill. And that's the thing that needs to be in there as well, is there needs to be some sort of consequence for all these people violating federal law.
Yeah.
And if they're not going to go in and arrest them, which personally I think they should.
Right. Yeah, no, they're definitely, again, they're not upholding the fucking law of the land, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
If I did what they did, I'd be in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't see why that being the mayor of a city should be different from being the citizen of a city, unless you're going to go ahead and admit that there's an upper class, and the upper class does not have to concern themselves with following the law.
Yeah. Who was there's somebody that I just recently started following that did something. I think she was interviewing one of the mayors or somebody of one of the sanctuary cities, and they basically admitted that they were tipping people off when ICE, like when ICE was going to raid.
Yeah, it was Oakland. The mayor of Oakland did that.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Other mayors have done the same thing, but that was the one that was in the news.
The one that actually just flat out admitted it.
Yeah. Well, the California made an actual law that requires companies to not report illegal citizens. Like it's completely against federal law.
Right.
But I think a lot of this stuff is going to have to go through the courts and it's going to get through the Ninth Circuit, because everybody's going to take it through the Ninth Circuit because they completely lost their fucking mind and aren't really concerned with the law anymore at all.
Yeah, no,
they're could matter less.
Yeah, they're ignoring what the law actually is, and again, legislating from the bench.
Yeah, legislating
which is not what the fucking courts are supposed to be doing, dude.
Yeah. Well, and there's it's like, and there's all these appointments that Trump has made that are being held back. That would start to alleviate some of these concerns with the court systems. Like he's appointing judges that probably are going to be more like, God damn it, the name escapes me. Gorsuch. Gorsuch, who's not really a conservative or a liberal, in as much as he's very concerned with, like, this is what the Constitution says, so this is what we're going to do because it's the law.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way all fucking judges should be operating.
Yeah.
It's interpreting the law as it's written, not fucking, going off of what your political beliefs happen to be and ignoring the law.
Especially if you're in the Supreme Court. I want the Supreme Court people entirely with constitutionalists. I don't want left or right wing people in there.
Yeah. You want people who are concerned with the law more than their fucking political ideology.
Yeah, exactly. To the exclusion of everything else.
Right.
Oh, Noob Killer. Oh, we were talking a little bit about. He wants to know what he missed. We were talking a little bit about Count Dankula just kind of paying some lip service since the conviction occurred, but they're not going to sentence until April 20th, or sometime around April 20th. I'm not sure exactly what the date is. Mid-April. I'm sure we'll all hear about it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's much to the chagrin of the authorities in fucking Scotland. We will hear about what the fucking verdict is, or what the fucking sentence is, I mean.
Yeah, the verdict is guilty. We heard that.
Right. So, like you said, I think they're probably trying to fucking delay the sentencing and hope people fucking forget about it. Like, no, dude, this is fucking important. It's ridiculous, but again, everybody wants to know how ridiculous you're going to be about it. Like, are you really going to give him a fucking year in jail because he taught his fucking, girlfriend's pug to do a fucking Sig Heil?
Yeah, exactly. And that's a
fucking joke. Jesus, dude.
He's handling it well. I saw an interview between Tommy Robinson interviewed him. Tommy Robinson is quickly becoming like the fastest guy to be on the fucking spot for any kind of news that's like accurate in the UK.
Right.
The UK is fucked. But Tommy Robinson interviewed me. He's like, I'm emotionally fucking spent right now, and he was saying that he's emotionally spent because obviously a lot of stress going on here.
Yeah,
he was shocked that they handed down a guilty verdict, but not like super shocked. Like he still kind of held out like maybe they'll kind of finally come to their sentences or sentences.
Yeah.
Sentences. Yeah, I know.
Nice.
So good, man. Finally come to their sentences, but maybe if this is him getting a year in prison would be worth it if this is what it takes to get people to realize like how ridiculous and overreaching the laws are.
Yeah, I'd hate for him to have to fucking suffer through that. Because, again, it's well, I've never been to actual prison, but I spent 24 hours in county jail, and I can tell you based off of that, a year in fucking prison's got to be fucking horrible, dude.
Well, from what I've heard from people that have been to prison, because there's been a few jobs I worked where like essentially it was a stop on the way out of prison.
Right.
It's not terrible, but you gotta really fucking establish yourself the first day or two.
Yeah.
Number one, don't be a fucking pedophile, because that will get you fucking beat the fuck out of every day or killed.
Yeah, well, they usually separate them, don't they?
Well, usually they do. Usually they do, but almost every time the guards will give some. Well, like, okay, so for instance, there was a prison where they had a large population of pedophiles separated from the gen pop.
Right.
And somehow the general population managed to fucking collect mercury from thermometers without the hospital or without the prison realizing it.
Wow.
And fucking mercury poison the fucking pedophiles' food.
God damn, dude.
So, well, what do they got to do all day, huh? Fucking, they're just sitting in a box looking over at these pedophiles going, well, fucking kill that guy. Well, I got 16 hours I'm awake. I'm going to sit here and figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing with prison. You know, you got nothing but time, apparently, to just think up shit. So, yeah, they're going to fucking figure something out, dude.
So they figured it out. So it's not safe. So don't be a pedophile if you're going to go to prison. That's definitely not going to work out for you.
Yeah,
I strongly recommend suicide if you're going to end up going to prison as a pedophile. Mm-hmm. It'll be much gentler.
No, I knew a guy that used to work on that wing, dude, like the pedophile wing or whatever. And fucking, if they were acting up, dude, they used to threaten to put them in gen pop, like in general population, and those fuckers would settle down immediately, dude.
Yeah. Well, I was watching a video of this guy talking about he was in prison for several years, and he said he'll never forget when he was trying to sleep in his cell, and his cell was right next door to a pedophile cell.
Oh, wow.
And some people bribed some guards to get in there, and he said the screams will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Wow.
The sounds and the screams coming from that cell, because two good dudes went in and just tortured him to death.
Wow.
Basically carved him up.
Jesus, dude. Well, so they actually killed him. They didn't just beat him up. They actually killed him.
He was still alive, but barely when he left, and I think he ended up dying from the wounds, like infection and stuff.
Yeah, they don't fuck around with that shit, man.
No, they don't. And then the other thing I've heard from a lot of people, and this may or may not be true, it probably depends on the prison and what level of, like what kind of prison it is. Is it minimum, maximum, security, all that kind of stuff. But generally, essentially, when you get in there, the first day or two, somebody's going to fucking front on you. Somebody's going to challenge your and whether or not you're going to stand up for yourself. They're going to find out then and there if you're, a tough guy, you're going to fucking fight back, or if you're just going to be,
if you're going to be a bitch.
If you're going to be a bitch. So it'll usually be like something over like food or in like the rec yard. Somebody will come out and like kind of push you around or try to take your food or something.
Right.
You got to just fucking throw down, win, lose, or draw. You got to be willing to just fucking throw down as hard as you can, because then you can get hooked in with one of the prison gangs. There were a couple of fucking fat white dudes, so we'd probably get hooked in. Like the fucking,
we'd have to join
the Aryans
Brotherhood.
Want to fucking PC kind of thing. They want you to be in their little fucking club.
Yeah. And apparently that's the thing, is it's all fucking segregated by race in most prisons.
Yeah, you'd basically be part of the white guy club, and they'd be part of the black guy club, and then another guy would be part of the Mexican club, like it'd be, and there'd be like an Asian gang, essentially.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it depends, because, there's also like Bloods and Crips. But then again, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bloods generally, one of them is Mexican and the other one is a black gang, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't remember which is which from the Bloods and the Crips, because it's been a while.
Right.
But that's basically, you want to get in there and fight somebody, fucking get into a gang or get into some sort of protective group, so that when somebody fucks with you, they're fucking with a whole other list of people that they just, it's not worth it for them, essentially.
Yeah.
And don't be an asshole.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, stitches get stitches, but don't be an asshole. Like, you know, the fucking be respectful of the people that have been there for a really long time. Follow the fucking rules that everybody's made, all that kind of shit. If you're gonna do hard time,
cigarettes are currency, that kind of thing.
Well, certain things you're like respectful. Like there's certain people that are gonna get to fucking stand at the front of the line, kind of deal. There's, you know, like that kind of shit.
Right.
This guy gets the weights at this time every day, or that group gets to go and fucking play with the basketball, kind of shit. Weird, stupid, petty bullshit because you got nothing else to do but sit and fucking seethe over whatever fucking petty bullshit went on in the yard yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of cases. And that just breeds insanity. So, I mean, everybody in there is, to a certain degree, fucking nuts.
Yeah. It's a stir crazy kind of thing, dude. Like, you're stuck in this fucking, you know, pretty, very limited environment for, you know, years at a time, dude. It's got to be infuriating, dude.
Well, I'm kind of the opinion for the majority of people, if they've committed like a violent crime or a lot of violent crimes, and they're going to be in there for 20 plus years, you should probably just execute those people. Like, I know that sounds awful, but realistically, like, that's probably better for everybody.
Well, yeah, multiple offender, if they're also multiple offenders too. Like, if they've been to jail a couple of times already for violent offenses, and
if it's their third time going to prison, it's probably not worth our time or money to keep them around. It would probably be better for everybody if they never got out again, because they're just going to do it again. Yeah,
exactly, dude. That sounds harsh, but again, at that point, the likelihood of recidivism is almost fucking 100%. Like, if 3 times going to prison doesn't fucking convince them to stop doing violent shit, you know.
For a lot of them, the only form of control they find in their lives is by being in prison.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good at, like, oh, I'm going to go and get a 5-year stint, because they know exactly how to, you know, what crime to commit and how to get busted to go back for 5 years.
Yeah, and getting that institutionalized thing where, you know, there's people that get out and they again want to go back. Yeah, like they don't want to be out of prison. They're so institutionalized and so used to it that they don't feel comfortable outside of prison. Which it's fucking crazy. I know it happens, but that mindset is, it's hard to fucking.
See that a lot. I see a lot in the mental health. I see a lot of people who just don't feel safe outside of, like, the hospitalized, being hospitalized, being in a mental ward.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
You know, the guy we had who jumped off the balcony at one of the programs.
Right.
That guy they just put him back in my program, and it's like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Right.
Here's this fucking guy who can't stay out of the hospital for very long, and they're putting him in the least amount of fucking supervision possible.
Yeah. It seems like a good
idea.
idea.
Out of the fucking hospital. No, it's horrible. He's going to go off and hurt himself again. There's nothing I can do about it, though. It's not my choice to make. But yeah, you know, he it's all to go back to the psych ward. He can't handle not being in the psych ward. He wants to be for
the structure of it.
There you go. That's exactly the word I was looking for. I could not find. I was thinking construction. And I knew that fucking wasn't right, but you said structure. I'm like, that's the fucking word.
That's what I'm here for, dude.
Noob killer.
Figure out what word you're thinking of that you can't quite get to.
Exactly. Noob killers is the idea of weebs in prison. Sounds like a skit on SNL. It actually kind of does. Bunch of weebs in prison.
God damn.
Oh, God, that sounds like VR chat, really. Fucking weeb gangs. So the newest thing with this Russia bullshit, I think they're actually looking at, like, they're starting to make some accusations against Jeff Sessions.
Oh, wow.
Like a fucking Russian agent or something.
Ooh.
But, like,
everybody is.
Mueller's star witness turns out to have been like a fucking pedophile that was convicted in like another country and fled.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just fucking witness.
Sounds solid.
Yeah, it's gonna work out well, Mueller. Good fucking plan. Yeah, this guy is a convicted pedophile from fucking Czechoslovakia. He thinks Trump is a spy. How's that gonna play, dude?
Yeah, this guy, this trustworthy fella here. Oh god, dude, fucking insane.
That one blew my fucking mind. I'm like, so you were thinking, man, I gotta fucking prove this dude is a bad dude. I'm gonna ask the guy who fucks kids to lie about shit. That's gonna work out.
Have that be the fucking witness.
That's gonna work out real good.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Well, the whole thing's just fucking crazy. You know, and then, they're just because again, obviously there are people that still buy, despite the fact that there's no evidence of any collusion with Russia. There's people, or at least by Trump, still believe it. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told you my dad thinks the fucking Russians made all the videos of Anifa, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's what he honestly was trying to get me to fucking believe. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that still think it. Like my mom thinks he's the devil.
Yeah, that is just the fucking worst. Like Trump is the fucking Antichrist or something.
She won't even listen to a whole speech, like a whole 10-minute speech that he'll do. She'll just be like, he sounds like the devil. I'm like, but you're not listening to the words that come out of his fucking mouth, are you? Because you agree with like a bunch of the words he's saying. You just don't want to fucking. You don't want to like deal with the fact that your side lost.
Yeah.
And then you got all these people that you like are acting like fucking children having temper tantrums.
Yeah, throwing a fucking fit.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, Hillary's still making excuses for why she lost. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, what blows my mind is the lack of decorum on the left side right now. Most of the time, there's a few little protests about voting and counting the votes. Maybe we need a recount kind of stuff that never goes anywhere. But the loser goes away.
Gracefully?
And goes away and is gone for like a year or two. You know, and the previous president is usually goes away and is completely, fucking gone for a year or two.
Yeah, you don't hear from him.
And this has been the case regardless of party, which party won, which party lost for a while. A really long time. And suddenly we have, Obama trying to usurp, Trump's authority, Hillary Clinton trying to usurp Trump's authority, people working on behalf of them in the fucking like FBI and other fucking government agencies trying to usurp his authority. Entire fucking federal courts trying to usurp his authority. It's absurd how obvious the globalist fucking like deep state is. Like the mask came the fuck off the second they lost the most powerful position in the country wasn't with one of their fucking pawns.
Yeah, I would be curious. Like, let's say it was Ted Cruz that had won. You think they'd be doing as much of this bullshit? Let's say Ted Cruz got the nomination.
Play ball, man. I don't think Ted Cruz would give a fuck. He would pay lip service to the things and say like, "I'm trying for you guys, man. I'm really trying." But he'd just do the same bullshit.
Yeah. It's specifically because, Trump is not a fucking establishment guy. Because, again, there's not really that much of a difference between politicians on either side anymore. Between a Democrat and a Republican.
Look how thrilled everybody was when he cut taxes. And boom, the second he fucking throws some tariffs in to bring some fucking more jobs back, to continue bringing jobs back to the country and creating like, middle class work for people. Suddenly everybody's like, well, I don't know about those tariffs. That's pretty fucking inappropriate. I enjoy my slave labor on fucking in China. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
Oh, do you ever fucking heard the the shrimp in fucking Walmart was obtained?
Oh, I heard some of that. Not the whole
shrimping
story.
Boats? But... Yeah, so the shrimping boats in fucking China would straight up press gang people. So they'd like knock people out, get them drunk, fucking they'd wake up on the boats and be like, hey, work or die. And if they chose not to work, they'd fucking put them on their knees on the end of the fucking boat, shoot them in the head with a fucking rifle and throw them in the fucking ocean.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
And that's how they were getting the fucking shrimp, because, you know, you can't get willing people to work like 14 hours for like food. But if you've kidnapped a bunch of people and you got a bunch of guns, they'll fucking get all the shrimp you want for fucking 14 to 16-hour days. 24
yeah, if the option is getting killed, you know.
And do it all for the sake of not being shot in a meal, you know. Yeah. But those Walmart prices are fucking awesome.
Yeah, the reason they're awesome.
Why we need tariffs. You know, they're going after Toyota for steel quality right now because it wasn't fucking being made properly, the steel in their cars.
Right.
That's the purpose of tariffs. And I'm sure it's not, you know, pro-capitalist the way a lot of like anarcho-capitalists want to think of it, but it's really pro-US and pro our economy and growing the middle class and increasing social mobility, which is the most important aspect.
Yeah, it's kind of leveling the playing field, because how are you going to compete with a fucking, you know, an industry overseas that's essentially being fueled by slave labor? Like, it's fucking impossible to compete with that, dude.
Well, and even more concerning than
encouraging human misery by fucking going through those foreign companies.
Well, and also on top of that, which is even more concerning, which the slave labor is bad. But essentially, a lot of these Chinese companies are now outsourcing their stuff to Africa. Boy, if you thought some of the weird shit that they do in China that's incredibly low quality was bad, the stuff that comes out of Africa is way fucking worse.
Right.
And there's no way to know because there's no requirement on a Chinese company to say that, oh, this is from Africa. This was manufactured in Africa. They'll just say made in China and send it back to the United States company that's buying it from them.
Yeah. They have no standards of proof for that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, there's no real regulation of any kind. So you don't know what you're getting. You know, that's why you get like poisoned honey and shit from fucking China.
Yeah.
That was the one that blew my mind.
Yeah, they can't just take the hit like every other honey manufacturer does. Yeah, they got to fucking... Yeah, because you were saying that they use the antibiotics or whatever, so they can't use the honey or whatever. So they're selling it anyway. China sells it anyway.
A German company. So China sold it to a German company, and a German company was trying to pass it off as safe. It's fucking insane, man. Like, the Germans remember who beat them in World War II. Have a little more honey with your tea.
Yeah, something about the German companies, man. Just like the ones that got busted for the doing the emissions tests on the fucking monkeys or whatever.
Yeah,
did you hear about that?
That was fucking insane. Yeah, we're just gonna do emissions. We're just gonna fucking run all our emissions through a fucking monkey cage. Nobody's gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're a German company. How do you know that gassing anyone or anything is just a bad idea?
Yeah,
you're not.
It's just part of their DNA, man. They can't help it. They were like, "Oh, look at those innocent monkeys. We should gas them."
Yeah, we got to test our diesel
Germans,
fuel,
baby.
Yeah, and dude, on top of that, apparently they built a thing into the I think it was the Jettas that was designed to trick the emissions thing. It was a vehicle that was supposedly super low emissions, and it turns out it's actually worse than most cars that are being made today.
It's fucking okay. So they do all these smog tests. Like I don't know if your state has them as much as it's California. California, every other year you got to fucking do a smog test on your car. And I only say that because there are some states where like I don't even think they have smog at all.
No, they have them here, but I think it's only for really old vehicles. I've never had to do a smog test on a vehicle.
Oh, the weird thing about California is you have to do a smog test until your car is like 20 or 30 years old, and then it's no longer required. So, like, the really old cars, yeah, it doesn't actually make any fucking sense at all, because, like, the newer cars are much lower emissions, and if you would want to test anything, it's going to be that fucking, you know, 70s era fucking Mustang with no fucking muffler that's screaming down the road, leaving a giant trail of smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
But every year you test it, and what they used to do was every single car would have to get tested. Literally, they'd stick a thing up the back of the exhaust pipe and measure shit, and then they'd fucking stick another thing on your fuel hose, your fuel inline.
Right.
They take off your gas cap and stick a thing on there, and it would test like the pressure and seal so you're not leaking gas fumes. And they test everything really, really carefully. Well, now all they do is plug a fucking computer into your OBD2 system and just read what it says.
Yeah.
So it's not real difficult to just be like, all right, so I'm going to take this sensor and it's not going to be in the exhaust pipe anymore.
Right.
Or it's going to fucking, and it's really not that hard to make it look like it's testing smog, but it really isn't.
Right.
So, it's real silly.
Yeah, they fuck with essentially they just have to fuck with the software or whatever, right?
You just put the hardware, you just take the fucking sensors out that sense how much smog is being through and put them somewhere near it, but not actually in the fucking exhaust system.
Yeah.
So that they're still picking up some fumes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But they're not picking up, because if they're picking up zero, they're going to fucking, obviously that's not right.
Right.
But if they're picking up some, but it's really low, they're going to be like, oh, no, it's just in really good shape.
Yeah. So it's not detecting it accurately, like, at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what they probably did was they probably designed it so that the sensors were in, like, a secondary line that was getting, like, you know, less than a tenth of the fucking actual exhaust fumes.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant, really. I mean, they're like, if they really cared, they'd stick something up the back of the fucking exhaust pipe and they'd know for sure. But now that they're just plugging it into a fucking computer, we got this.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's like too reliant on the technology, you know, of just plugging into the computer of the fucking thing instead of, again, testing the actual exhaust from the exhaust pipe.
Well, to be fair, though, the real test involves a dynamometer, which is a big fucking set of rollers that your drive wheels go on and fucking spin, and it looks, you've got to drive it at like, you got to test it at like 30 and at like 55 or something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's super dangerous. Like if those wheels lock up, like the fucking dynamometer wheels lock up, that car's going 35, 40 miles an hour into the fucking wall of the shop, or, you know, whatever's in between that car and the wall. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Because you're done.
I see what you're saying.
So that was kind of dangerous. So I'm not sure, you know, if there's like a happy medium that doesn't involve like a dangerous circumstances for testing. Because, I mean, the thing is, you know, everybody wants a smog shop because it's basically free money.
Right.
You know, you're charging $60 to $100 for a fucking smog test. And you fucking, you know, you crank them in and out because, you know, 99% of cars are going to pass. And then any car that doesn't pass, all the smog equipment is super fucking expensive. So most people don't know how to fucking change the parts out. And a lot of the times, you might, if you wanted to, so if you bought the part and changed it yourself, you might spend $20 in a lot of cases, you know, $40, $50 at most. Right. They're going to charge you $200, $300, $600 easy.
To
do the same shit.
Yeah.
And their guy's going to do it inside of like 20 minutes. So they're making just gravy all fucking day long at a smog shop, man.
Yeah, I bet. Sounds like quite the fucking scam, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, I've worked at shops, man. Smog shops, fucking, that's all gravy. Like tire shops, you know, they're making a pretty good business, but it's nothing like a smog shop.
Yeah, it's essentially almost all profit.
Pretty much. I mean, once you've bought the equipment and paid it off, you know, the tech, to be a smog tech, it's like a 6-month program. No, it might only be 3 months. I think it might only be 3-month program to be a smog tech, to just test.
Wow.
So learning how to fucking, hook up the computer or plug the dynamometer in and that kind of shit really doesn't take long to learn. And then your smog tech is going to get, $15 an hour, $20 an hour at most. And they're going to be able to run probably 3 or 4 smogs an hour all day.
Right, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're making a lot.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. But yeah, no, it's completely different here, man. Like I said, I think it's exactly the opposite. I think it has to be a really old vehicle before they require any kind of emissions test here in Arizona.
Oh, that makes more sense, though. That would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Once your car is past like 10 years old, you should probably start checking the exhaust system. Is it really still reburning all the fucking extra fuel?
Yeah, I think it's way over 10 years, though. I think it's got to be like at least 20 years old here, dude. Like, I think it's pretty extreme. Like, before they actually require any kind of emissions tests.
Yeah. Oh, well, that still makes more sense, though. Yeah. I mean, you're testing a car that you just bought, like, brand new. Although it feels like they're doing it every year. They might have changed it. So I can swear I had to smog my car the last 2 years running.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to look it up here. All right. Let's see. You're responsible for the emissions. Oh, shit. I went too far. God damn it. What the fuck did I just do?
Well, it says it's biennial. It says it's every other year. So this year I shouldn't have to do it, but we'll see. I did it last October, so.
Let's see, test results. Okay, right. I'm trying to find out what it is here. Come on. All right. Early renewal, out of state, control. Yeah, registration renewal. Yeah, see, they always just say no emissions test required, which is all I've ever seen on any of our vehicles. And I know we've had, like, we had a Jeep that was like from the mid 80s. We never had to do it on that. So yeah, it's got to be pretty lenient, man. But I'm trying to see the air quality, mandatory vehicle expressions. All right. Yeah, it doesn't really say. I'm trying to figure out what the criteria is, but it just says, like, if it's required, this is what you do, but it doesn't really say why it would be required. Fuck it. All right, I give up. It's taking too long.
Yeah, apparently I'm in an area where you have to smog it like
every 2 years.
Every year or something, like some weird fucking thing. Yeah, every 2 years. But it's also, I'm in an enhanced area, so it has to be a star station. So they're supposed to go through like a NOx test, but I've never seen it happen. And I've gone through every time I've gone to a star station. So I don't know. Hopefully it's every other year, because if I got to do it every fucking year, I'm gonna start getting real pissed. Because I mean, that's like $60.
Right.
For basically fucking nothing. I don't know. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it sounds like a fucking scam. Really does.
I'm thinking of selling my car, getting rid of it. Right. I have a feeling like it'd be better to sell it now than to try to keep driving it. Like, everything still runs great, but I have a feeling within a year or two it's not going to run so great. So I'm like, I better fucking get rid of it.
Get rid of it before it goes to shit.
That's my thought. That is my thought exactly, sir. Oh man, fucking. So Kevin Smith has a YouTube channel, right? To completely change everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That dude has become so fucking cringy. Like he's super into, like, well, he's not super into it, but he's just casually into that like social justice nonsense. Like Hollywood fucking poisons everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about like a Batgirl movie, and he's like, Well, since they had that lady direct the fucking Wonder Woman movie, I'm surprised they don't have a lady direct the Batgirl movie. Because apparently there's going to be like a Batgirl movie coming out. And Joss Whedon was going to be the director, writer, and then he fucking got fired. Like, I think they claimed that it was like a mutual thing, but the reality is that, you know, fucking dude cheated on his wife and made a big fucking splash. And I'm sure they were like, yeah, you're out, dude. Bad optics. We don't want it.
Yeah, typical male feminist was constantly cheating on his fucking wife while espousing batshit crazy feminist bullshit.
But it was so cringy. Like, hear Kevin Smith suddenly be all like, you know, the maker of Dogma, no less. To fucking be like, well, they should have a lady do it because that'd be better. And it's like, they should have somebody who's good at directing. Like, if that person's also a lady, then fine. Who gives a shit? But
yeah, he's not as bad as a lot. He hasn't gone nearly as crazy as most of them, dude.
Well, that's why I said casually. You know, like he's not super into it, but he's very casually into like.
Yeah, I think there's got to be something about living in that environment that you just almost accept some shit that's kind of crazy without questioning it. Because like there's a shit that's super crazy and that's easily recognized, but it's almost like. You know, it seems like they kind of end up accepting shit that they should really be questioning because it's just not as crazy as this other shit.
There's really no difference between saying, well, it should be a lady directing Batgirl so that it's more authentic. There's no difference between saying that and saying, well, it should be a man who directs Batman because it's more authentic. Like, both those are ludicrous fucking statements.
Yeah.
You know, like, how much money is invested in the movie? Oh, it's $500 million? Well, then you should probably have a really good director who has a really good track record. And who gives a fuck what the directors pack in between their legs? Do they make money off of the movies? Like, that's who they should be picking. Or somebody who they know is going to make it like a really good film. So that even if it's a lost film, at least they got the art film, you know, under their belt to fucking show off to everybody.
Yeah, no, see, and that's the thing, man, is there's certain, the thing that, again, leftists don't want to acknowledge, they don't want to acknowledge that there's differences between the sexes, that, you know, there's some jobs that, you know, men are going to be more likely to excel at, and then there's job that's women, or the average woman's average man, average woman's going to be better at. And that's one of those things is like, you know, the directing seems to be one of those jobs that just, you know, there's certainly plenty of decent female directors, but overall, it seems to be one of those jobs that seems more suited for a male.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want to acknowledge that shit. You know, it's kind of like, you know, there's way more teachers, you know, female teachers than male teachers. You know, that's just kind of the way sexes kind of break down. You know,
yeah. Well,
again, there's plenty of great male teachers too, but again, most teachers are going to be female.
Yeah, unfortunately, in my field, it's majority female, and it really should be the opposite.
Oh wow.
Well, not mental health specifically, just the stuff that we do, because honestly, like, there's too many of these, like, well, I feel this and I feel that bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting somebody who has mental health problems, severe mental health problems. You're trying to teach them how to, like, cope with and handle the mental health issues to the point where they can live on their own.
Right.
You don't want some woman who's going to be the fucking mommy dearest, or not mommy dearest, but just the mommy, and give you all these second chances and extra chances, and oh well, you know, you were having a hard time with your feelings, so it's okay.
Yeah.
You want a guy who's going to be like, yeah, dude, that really sucks, man. Nobody's got a fair fucking deal. Everybody fucking suffers. So you're going to have to fucking pull up your big boy pants and learn how to fucking deal with this. And here's a list of ways you can deal with it. But you're going to have to figure this out. Even if you come up with something that's not on this list, you got to figure out how to deal with this if that's what you want, buddy. I'm here to fucking help you.
Yeah, making excuses for them and coddling them is actually counterintuitive, or not counterintuitive, but yeah, it's kind of self-defeating, I guess.
Absolutely,
because it's the lack of pragmatism, I guess.
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
left. You know,
but there's also other areas in mental health where, like, you know, if you want to go talk about your problems all day, that's a lady who would probably be better for that.
Right. But yeah, it takes a little tough love, man.
Yeah.
You
exactly.
Know? Like,
if you want to have a good cry about how your daddy didn't hug you enough, then that's where you go see a female therapist. But if you want to actually fucking, learn how to fucking deal with that fear of heights and keep going on planes to keep your job, you should probably go see it.
Yeah, someone with a little pragmatism, dude.
Yeah, and
that's not going to just fucking buy your excuses and fucking, hey, nice for trying. At least you tried. Like,
exactly.
No, you're gonna fucking fail. You have somebody like that trying to teach you how to live on your own.
Well, and then the biggest issue is like, well, you tried, and that's the important part. It's like, not really. Success is the important part.
Yeah, and that one, and what you're talking about, just trying is not good enough if you're trying to teach somebody to live on their own, man. Like
I'm glad you tried.
Next time. Stench in chat.
Oh, hey, dude, what's up, Stench? I don't know. Is he just coming here to mock us? Oh
no. I kind of hope so.
That's what he does so well.
Indeed. I saw it. Yeah. Although he had a vicious one for the Beard Barian the other day that I saw. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
oh no.
Yeah, it was something about like they were having financial difficulty, and Stench River basically said something along the lines of, "Well, it's kind of fucked up that your wife works and you just sit at home playing fucking dress up." If I'm misquoting you, I know that's not a direct quote, but it was something to that effect. I believe. Again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Stench Ever, but
well, I gotta say I agree with Stench Ever on that one because I saw that shit and I was like,
"Yeah, get a job,
getting a fucking job."
Yeah.
And then I saw
definitely accurate. Dude, like, holy shit, really? You don't work and your wife's fucking.
Well, he was talking about also getting a job on fucking one of the things where you could go to donate or something. Because I clicked on that just to read more, not because I'm gonna fucking donate. I don't donate money very often unless it's funny. If it's something fucking funny, like fucking Opal getting a dildo, that shit was hilarious. Like, why not fucking throw a couple of bucks in there for the fucking lols, right?
Yeah.
But, if it's somebody who's just fucking hat in hand and they don't have a fucking job or the inclination to get a fucking job, then I'm not real interested in fucking handing them free money.
Yeah. No, it was definitely yeah, I don't know the Beard Barian well enough to know if I don't think there's a reason why he can't work though.
I don't. I
maybe
he has brain damage.
Yeah. Oh, does he really?
Yeah, like legitimately, he's brain damaged.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Some sort of accident or something. But like I said, one of the things he was saying on one of the things where you donate is he's like, I'm absolutely looking for a job. Like that's part of what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a job because that's realistic. So I don't know. I don't know what the real deal is. I don't know one way or the other. I don't know Beard Barian anywhere near enough to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I followed him a little at the beginning, but the whole shtick got old for me really quick with him.
The Beard Barian shit because he's a skinny fucking wimpy looking dude trying to be a barbarian. Like that doesn't fucking work.
Yeah. The densest part of his entire body is his fucking beard, and the rest of him is just kind of scrawny.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to.
The beard's not that impressive. It's not like ZZ Top impressive or something.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to say Stench Ever's probably right. Like, get a fucking job, you hippie cunt. Like, fucking shave your beard, work at McDonald's, stop whining.
Yeah.
It'd be like if we started fucking begging for money.
Yeah.
Get a fucking job, man. I mean,
indeed.
I have all day long. I work all night, but like I get paid to sleep, so I should, if I'm fucking gonna complain about being poor, then I better fucking get another job.
Right. That's the thing. Is neither of us are doing well financially, but we're not begging anybody for fucking money.
Yeah, that drives me nuts, man. If you're putting out enough popular shit, like say you got like 30,000-40,000 views per video, and because YouTube is suddenly like taking ads away and you're asking people to donate to Patreon and you're making extra stuff for like your Patreons or whatever, like That doesn't bother me because it's services and goods for the fucking money.
Right.
But what bothers me is the people like, man, I can't pay my rent this month, and I feel awful asking you for money, and I would never do this normally, but a few friends said I ought to, because it's the same fucking thing every goddamn time. It's always, well, a few friends said I should do it anyway, so I'm going to see what happens.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know if Liz still does this shit, but I remember Liz Reptile back in the day. Holy shit, man. It was always something, dude. There was always some fucking crisis, dude, that she needed fucking money for. One time it was like a day or two after she had just taken out fucking kids to Disney World or Disneyland.
You should have thinking like, well, fuck, that money you spent on Disneyland probably would have helped you right now.
Yeah. You might want to wait at least a week before you claim poverty after you post a fucking video of your fucking Disney World trip.
Well, and here's the thing, though. I think she probably is super poor. I think she just fucking doesn't want to work like a regular job or has issues working a regular job or something. I don't know, man. I don't know if she gets disability or...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does. She's got that Ehlers-Danlos thing or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that chick, but I don't know, man. Like, there's some people I've seen who are living in like some real fucking shitty situations with a lot of money who don't understand that, like, maybe you shouldn't fucking eat at a restaurant every day.
Right. Yeah.
Like, if you cook, eating out 4 out of 5 meals a day. 4 or 5 out of 7 meals a week, you'd probably be doing all right. Yeah. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner all coming from different restaurants is pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah. No, I did it for like a long time when I was single and making, good money. But
if you make the money, fucking go for it. But like, you could buy a box of cereal for $5 and a fucking gallon of milk for another $3, and have breakfast for like, a week or two off of that shit. Just a fucking bowl of cereal every morning instead of fucking spending $5-6 at fucking McDonald's every day on a fucking coffee and a muffin and a fucking whatever the hash brown things is. I don't know if they do nuggets or patties or.
I think theirs is just like a little patty. Yeah, theirs is a little patty.
But you know what I'm talking about, yeah. Like, because there's those people who will spend like $5 on that every day, but then not be able to pay their fucking rent. And you're like,
yeah. See, I don't
really feel bad for you.
Yeah. No, I was always pretty bad about it because I literally, it seemed like for the longest time, no matter how much money I made, I was always living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a certain point at which it's going to be subsistence living for pretty much everybody because there's a lot of things you do without that you probably do actually, really kind of need or want. And so it's like, oh, well, I can't afford this, so I'll do without it. But then, like, you certainly getting paid more, and you're like, oh, maybe I should fucking go get all that dental work done, and then.
No, for me, it was wasting it on again eating out all the time or.
Well, then no sympathy.
Buying video, dude. I had a collection from like because I bought a shitload of used games from GameStop. I probably had like over probably 150 games at one point. And I probably had only played about 30 or 40 of those games.
You just kept buying them? Oh, no. I was like that with Steam for like the first 6 months.
Right.
I was like, oh, that game's on sale. I'm totally going to buy that. It's super cheap. And now I look at my list of Steam games and I'm like, I've never fucking played it. Why did I fucking buy it? God damn it.
Yeah, I did that
now I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything I don't know I'm going to play for sure.
Yeah. No, I've definitely learned my lesson on that.
You know what I found a really good trick is? Put fucking anything you want, put it on your fucking wish list. If you don't even remember putting it there, you didn't want it in the first place.
Right. It was just some weird impulse at the moment.
Exactly. That works for Amazon too. For anybody that has like issues supplying shit on Amazon they don't need.
Yeah. Like wait at least a week. Like
put it on your wish list. And when you have a little extra money in your budget and you're like, oh, I got like an extra, $20-$30, I'll get this, I'll see what I want to pick off of my wish list from Amazon. Look it up and be like, I don't fucking remember even putting that shit there. All right, well, delete. Like,
take that shit off.
Yeah. That works too. That's a good one.
Yeah, just like pretty much the only thing that I want to get. I do want to get like a bigger turtle enclosure for my son's turtles. Because all we have is we have like 3 turtles and essentially just a little kid's plastic plate pool thing. So we want to get actually my mom had just checked it out. There's a pretty decent sized little pool thing with a filter in that runs about 130, 140. So hopefully I'll be able to get saved up for that.
Well, that's not too bad at all.
Yeah. I feel bad for those turtles, man. It's a pretty small area for 3 turtles to be in.
Well, just stick some rocks in the back of the toilet and let them chill out in there. And that's perfectly safe water. Let it serve double duty, you know?
Yeah, why not?
Double duty. That was a pun on every level, man.
Yeah,
no one's going to appreciate how much of a pun that was. But
double duty.
Number 2 in duty.
All right. Yeah, we get it.
I'm far too proud of myself for that. I'm sorry.
Well, it's not every day you get to pull off the multiple levels pun.
Yeah, the multi-dimensional pun. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you don't have enough turtles though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need like one more.
Need one more
for the full set, like the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, then we can name them all after the Ninja Turtles.
You have the turtles, man. Right now, you're just so close. 3 is almost the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
I'm guessing one of them are named after Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, no, actually not. But yeah, that'd be interesting. You can get them little fucking little masks in all the 4 different colors, dude. Tie them around their heads.
I'm pretty sure tying masks on turtles is not well appreciated. I think people would probably look down on you for that, but they think it's really cool nonetheless. I have seen.
Right. I'll get it tattooed on them.
I think they're tortoises, the ones that get really big. Where like one tortoise, it was like they had a saddle on it, and their kid would ride it.
Jesus, dude.
So and it was a big ass tortoise. So I don't think that was a turtle.
Yeah, I think one of the tortoises get that big, dude.
There was another one.
Fucking ride them.
There was another one about the same size that they basically had sewn a felt UFO costume and put on, and I see those on GIF compilations all the time.
Good Lord.
So it's a turtle dressed up as a UFO and a turtle carrying a little kid around on its back.
That is interesting.
If I was going to get a turtle, that's the one I'd want. I want the big fucking...
The big slow movers.
Yeah, I want one of those things, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah. No, that is pretty good. It is crazy how big they fucking get. And those things live for fucking ever, dude. Like 150 years or something.
Yeah, it's a fucking commitment.
Yeah, you got to leave your fucking tortoise in your will, dude.
Oh, man. Where's the nearest dog food factory? No,
Damn,
I'm just kidding. I would never do that. That would be so fucked up. You fucking adopt a pet and you're like, well, I'm only going to make it for 40 more years, so I'm going to fucking leave you to the dog food company. Good luck, buddy.
See what you can do with this. You're welcome.
I'll just glue some fucking escape tools to the inside of his shell. If he figures out how to use them to get out of the fucking dog food factory, then he deserved to survive. It's Darwin.
Yeah. Then it was meant to be.
Yeah.
See if you can find some ooze to crawl around in and hopefully turn you into an anthropomorphic turtle.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about turtles, though, is if I'm not mistaken, don't they instinctively flip other turtles back over if they fall on their back?
I don't know.
Because I've seen videos of that, and it's always I've seen a couple of different videos of different turtles doing it. And it would seem to me that if you were on your back and you were incapable of getting anywhere or doing anything, then having an instinct to flip over anyone that looks like you that is in that situation would make sense.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Oh, you're gonna look that up? Yeah, because I've seen it a bunch of times where turtles flip each other over. So I was like, And I wonder if that's instinct, because that would be hella cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, flip a tortoise or turtle over, it'll find its feet again. How they do it. A combination of shell shape, leg, and neck maneuvers. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah. No, I've seen them do it, though, because these turtles occasionally will end up flipping themselves back, but there's usually something they can push off of to get themselves right side up again.
Yeah, oh, yeah. One, how big are your turtles? Like hand-sized or something?
Yeah. The biggest one, just its shell size, is probably about 6 or 7 inches.
Okay,
and
so
then the other one's probably about
turtles.
4.5. Yeah, the other one's probably about 5, and then the one about 4, maybe 3.5, 4 inches.
Do you have them like fight each other and stuff? Like take knives to their back?
Yeah, well, the one originally when we got the turtles, there was 2 of them, and then that were essentially the same size. Basically, they're pretty decent size. One of them got like stung by a bee or something, and ended up dying. And so this one was the biggest one was by itself for a long time until this last Christmas. My sister got a couple more turtles for my son. But yeah, the big one definitely, I'll occasionally catch them fucking with the smallest one, like kind of nipping at them and shit. Yeah, which it angers me way more than it should. Like, leave him alone, you fucking bully. I get really angry at that, dude.
And it's a turtle, so like it doesn't fucking know what you're mad about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like that thing that yells at me.
Stop this behavior.
Nah, it probably sits there and goes, "Look, it's the yelling thing."
Right.
It occasionally gives me food.
Right. But yeah, he's calmed down a lot. I haven't seen him do it much lately. But yeah, when they first got in, because again, it's essentially 2 turtles invading your fucking what was just his space for a very long time.
And it's a small space. He's just establishing like, hey, I'm the big turtle here, buddy.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait until they start stacking themselves again, though, dude. That is the fucking greatest thing ever, dude.
Oh, they climb up on each other's backs?
Yeah, literally, like, stacked, dude. I don't think all 3 of them could pull it off, obviously, but when there was the 2 original ones that were about the same size, all the time, fucking almost daily, one of them would be stacked on top of the other one, dude. I don't know why, but I always found that fucking hilarious, dude.
It does sound like it's kind of cool, though. Like, do they ride each other and shit? Do like one of them be like standing on the other one's back, fucking...
No, they're just sunning themselves. It's when they're out sunning themselves. Like they're up on the...
Oh, okay. I see what
up out of the water. Yeah, they'll end up stacking themselves. Wonder if I have any pictures, dude.
I don't think I have any. That's kind of cool.
No, I wouldn't have any in this phone. That was... Yeah. My last phone, I had a bunch of pictures of that. Yeah. The fucking turtles just... Yeah, again, I don't know why, but I always found it fucking hilarious.
That actually does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure I've got pictures somewhere, dude. If I find one, dude, I'll send it, or maybe I'll post it to Twitter or whatever. I probably have one actually here on my... What? I'll look for that as we're bullshitting here. I uploaded a bunch. No, you know what? That would be another phone anyway. Oh, shit.
How many phones you got, man?
No, it was just whatever my older one was finally went out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking like, how long have I had this one? The screen cracked on this one. I think I've had this one probably at least a year.
Oh, wow.
But I always end up losing the pictures, you know what I mean? Because fucking anytime because I'm usually upgrading when my phone no longer works.
I don't have a smartphone, nor have I ever had a smartphone.
Yeah.
So I've always had computers that store my pictures and stuff. So I always keep those backed up on thumb drives or like USB, external hard drives. Like I think I have one that's like 3 or 4 terabytes or something that I use.
Right now. Honestly, I should do that with these because again, you can put a memory card in these things usually. So there's really no reason why I don't.
Yeah, a little SSD card and fucking. I mean, what is it? I just got like I don't know, what was it, a couple of gigs for like $20 or something? SSD card? I don't remember. It's like I bought a little radio that you can fucking plug an SSD card in. And it'll play your little MP3s, or it has like 4 radio bands. It's like AM, FM, SW, and MW, whatever those 2 are.
All right. Yeah, I never really know what any of that shit means, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that radio was fucking cool.
Yeah.
MW radio frequencies. MW list of shortwave radio database. Oh, it's for like it's medium wave.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Shortwave. Yeah, okay, cool. But anyway, it plays all that stuff, even though I don't actually do anything but play like FM radio and MP3s. But I guess if I had like a weather band or some shit, if I like there was an emergency, it's on those weird frequencies. But where was he going? Oh, I don't remember where I was going. Shit, we're lost. I bought a copy of The Big Lebowski, so I'm finally gonna watch that movie.
Yeah. Oh wait, you've never seen it?
Never seen The Big Lebowski.
God damn it, dude.
That's fucking everybody crazy. Says that when I say I've never seen it. They're like, Jesus, seriously? It's like, yeah, I saw it for like $5 at Target today, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy that movie. I'm gonna fucking watch that movie.
Yeah, no, that is definitely one of my all-time favorites, dude.
It's never been on Netflix, so I've never gotten around to seeing it, because a lot of times, if I don't want to buy a DVD for like, $10 or $15 after, because I usually don't buy things when they come out. I'll wait until they come down in price.
Right,
so
right.
I'm like a big Jew, even though I'm not Jewish.
No, I'm the same way, dude.
But for $5, I was like, all right, I'll see The Big Lebowski finally.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. I don't know. I lost my copy, dude, but yeah, I've definitely watched it enough over the years to not necessarily need a new one. It looks like an okay movie. Like I like the actors and shit, like Goodman and who's the main guy? I can't remember his name. Bridges. Jeff Bridges. Oh, it's got Buscemi, Turturro, and Julianne Moore. Oh, that's actually a really good fucking group of people. Yeah. Oh, it's a Coen Brothers movie. God damn. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else is. Yeah, Buscemi and Goodman's character is really good. Buscemi's is pretty good. Yeah, Goodman's character is just a fucking total lunatic, dude. Just constantly blowing his top, dude. That's pretty funny. Yeah, everything has to do with Vietnam. It's pretty funny. He's a Vietnam dad, but like literally everything ends up tying it in with Vietnam somehow. He's like, this is not non-smoky. There are rules here. Like literally everything gets tied back into fucking Vietnam somehow. Nice. Yeah. Well, everybody's weird. Oh, I got my pirate game. I get to play my pirate game now. Nice. That finally came out. And it's super fucking funny because every time a new game comes out, especially like a massive online multiplayer game, everybody freaks the fuck out because it never works right to start with. So it came out like 2 days ago, and like as expected, like people are having trouble getting matched up with other people to play in like groups together. People are having a lot of trouble signing on to play. There's some glitches in like I guess you'll turn in stuff and not get the quest reward for a little while. All this other stuff, and it's just like that happens with every massive online game ever. Right. Like, they never go smoothly from day one. There's always shit they got to fix because it's impossible to predict your sales numbers, and it'd be stupid on any company's part, fucking beyond stupid, to overspend all your budget on like servers and all the data stuff that goes along with it, all the servers and I forget what the other parts are. Damn it, I sound dumb again. But you get it. The infrastructure. Infrastructure, all the infrastructure and stuff, and then not have the fucking sales to fucking make it back. Right. No company is ever going to come out with the game that runs perfectly on the fucking day one because it's just bad business. Right. There's always going to be unforeseen things that you just don't know.
Yeah. But this company puts out they put out fucking, they have a website. They put out fucking notices and posts on the website really regularly explaining exactly what's happening. They went to the point of actually they're making videos explaining it. And telling everybody, they're giving really, really long heads ups hey, we're going to have to shut down for 3 hours on this day to update all the servers and to rewrite the firmware or something like that and shit. So it's they're so much better than most companies really are in that case, but everybody is still just it's unacceptable.
Right. Any delay. Bullshit. This is bullshit.
Well, this game, they had a really long beta program, and they ended up delaying it a year, delaying the release for a year. Sea of Thieves, if anybody's curious. Mm-hmm. And so during that delayed year, they didn't have any NDAs on any of the beta play. So people have been making Let's Plays of this for a year.
Oh, wow.
So people have been watching the game be played by other people who are having an inordinate amount of fun. Because Let's Players always exaggerate how fun a game really is.
Right.
Because that's what they make their money doing.
Right.
But yeah, fucking huge fucking they sold, I think they said it was something their sales figures were at least 6 times what they had anticipated. So they're gonna have to buy a whole lot more equipment to fucking keep up with all the demand.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean it's great because it means they'll have a lot more money to keep going. Because the way the games work now is, it starts and then they're going to add things over time to the game for the next several years, depending on how popular it stays. So if the game is super popular for the next 5 years, there's going to be all this stuff that they're going to add in. That you're going to get to play so it stays relevant.
Yeah. There's constantly new content and shit coming out or whatever.
Yeah, right now there's 3 different groups you can do quests for, and then you fight, and there's no NPCs really other than skeletons you fight on the islands. As far as being out on boats, it's just you and other people.
Oh, right.
So there's no you go and find a treasure or pick up a quest item or something, and somebody else in their boat with their group of friends decide they want it, they just sink your boat, fucking kill you, fill it full of cannonball holes, and fucking take your shit.
Right.
And you do the same thing back. You go out and find somebody and take their shit. It's just how it works.
Yeah. No, I got into I don't think it's probably not exactly the same, but my son says they're called resource gathering games. I thought they were called Castle Defense or something like that. But again, it's basically it's based on Game of Thrones, but it's essentially you have your fucking castle and you got to build up all your, your own little army and all that kind of shit.
It's probably both.
Yeah, kind of both. Yeah.
It's probably a resource gathering and castle defense. Yeah.
Yeah. You constantly, you got to gather the resources to build up your buildings or whatever. Yeah. But goddamn, I've never played one of these. Yeah, I'd never played one of these before, and holy shit, it can fucking really suck the life out of your day, man.
Oh yeah, dude. There's an old school game, Age of Empires, and Age of Empires 2 was the best version of it, where you would pick a group of people like the Mongolians or the French or the fucking British or the Irish or whatever. Just these, I think they have a list of 20 different historical groups, and based on those groups, you get different kinds of little soldiers you could make.
Right.
And the deal was, you started out with a little fucking, one building, and then that would make the little townspeople, and the townspeople would go build shut and collect stuff for you. So you gather resources, and then you'd make more buildings and more advanced buildings to start training soldiers, and then you build castles and fucking, war machines like ballistas and catapults and shit, and then you go take out the other guy.
Right.
So you either play against the computer, who plays 1 to 3 other groups of people, or you play against 3 other people. The game's so old now that, unless you have friends that want to play you on that game, you're never going to find
another real person.
Yeah, you're gonna just have to play against the computer, which is still a lot of fun because you can set it to be super, hard to beat.
Yeah, but no, yeah, and it's really disheartening when fucking you get attacked, though, man. The worst thing was the first time I got attacked, because it'll give you like what they call a peace shield or whatever. Nobody can attack you at first while you kind of build up a little bit, which I guess sounds like it's common, these games. So they can't just attack you, but basically. The first time I got attacked was basically while I slept. Like I woke up the next morning and this one dude had to fucking attack my base like 8 times.
Oh shit!
Which is just
it's a mobile game, so it's fucking always live. Okay.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about, it's only going when you're playing.
Yeah.
But you can spend like 5 fucking hours, building up your little fucking country essentially to fight off the other countries.
Right,
slowly taking them over one by one.
Yeah, but this one is like, and I'm any of these types of games that I play, even if I had money, I would refuse to fucking spend money on it. So essentially, in a way, we're all kind of just, if you're not paying money into this and building your fucking base way up, you're kind of just gathering resources for the people that do.
Yep. Yeah. Pay to win.
Yeah. Although the cool thing is because I still have the shields that I can put up, and you have a certain amount and this is probably common too. So anybody this is the first time I'm playing these, so bear with me if all this stuff is just common. But there's a certain amount of your shit that's protected that they can't get at. Like it's essentially food, wood, stone. Like your food and your wood is protected up to like 380,000. So if you keep your amount below that, there's no reason for them to attack you. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to get it.
If you're clever enough to always spend down all your resources, then they.
Yeah. So now I know, because I didn't know that at first, and I had my shit up in like 1 million and 1.2 million, and the dude took everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Although the other cool thing is you have shit like the food and all that's crated up. They can't get to that until you actually open it, until you actually, use it. But the thing is, I'm getting to the point in the game where the building of everything takes a long time. Like my actual keep, which is your main unit, your castle keep or whatever, to upgrade it is like over a day. Like I'm to that point where it takes that long to upgrade it, and the other thing's fucked up is now it takes, let me see, like the wood and the food and all that, like it takes more than 4 million of each to upgrade my keep, and over a day, like a day and a half to build it.
Well, and then like, how are you going to do that if fucking every time you start upgrading, somebody just attacks and steals all your shit because they spent like $5?
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing is I'm going to have to fucking hopefully stay under the radar long enough to gather up that much. Although what I'm doing is I'm because you can send out your own little army to attack. There's a bunch of creatures and other people, computer generated shit you can attack. And you'll get, it's weird, but if you attack a coyote or a boar, somehow you get steel and wood and shit from them. It doesn't really make sense, but it's the way the game plays.
It's every video game, man.
Yeah, like how the fuck did the garnet ring get on this fucking wolf I just killed?
Exactly. Yeah. Or like, why are there 6 gold coins on it? Like, what did it fucking eat them?
Yeah. So again, that is pretty much the way it goes everywhere. But yeah, I just keep attacking them, and the thing is, they're the shit you get from them is the crated stuff that isn't available to anybody to attack until I actually open it. So basically, I'm getting as much of that shit saved up as I can, so that I can.
Okay. Then you just open all the crates.
Yeah, all at once.
And spend it all at once, so that you don't have to worry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Plus, you can
spend money. That's the way to go.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. Plus, again, I because you can only send your army out so many times to attack the creatures. So once you're run out of your stamina or whatever, I just send them out to gather up wood or whatever.
Yep. It's the way you have to do it. Yeah. Fallout Shelter is a similar style game, except you're building like an underground shelter from like nuclear radiation. So you like expand and build your shelter, and you get new settlers. And
oh, gotcha.
You have to train them up. Like they each have, I think, 6 stats. So you got to train all their stats up.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Oh no, they each have 7, and you can spend money to make it go faster.
Right.
Or you can just wait. Like you can't attack other shelters though, so it's just you versus the computer. So if you're willing to just check in on it like once or twice a day and just do whatever, it's a great game. Yeah. But if you want to just sit and play it for like an hour, you're gonna have to spend a bunch of money to make it like, because it's like if you send your people out to do quests, it's like it takes a couple hours and then you can go do it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but if you give us money,
otherwise you're just staring at it and watching timers count down.
Yeah, but if you give them money, those timers count down right away, and you can go do that little quest thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's super funny. I think I don't even play mine anymore, but it was fun. It was fun for a while because you just check on it every couple of days and just fucking move people around and shit. And
yeah. The cool thing about this one is it's you can join different alliances and shit. But there's one alliance here that basically again most of them have paid a bunch of money into it. But there'll be people that'll start shit talking that group, and that group is one that is going to attack you if you talk shit about them. And so, I'm like, why are you guys egging? Why would you fucking bother talking shit about them? Like, what's going to happen. And these people will still talk shit about them. Like, okay, we're coming to visit you now. And they'll fucking wipe them out.
Well, when I was solo sailing in the game, there's 2 different kinds of boats in this pirate game. There's a small boat that's 1 to 2 people and a big boat that's 3 to 4 people.
Yeah.
And I'll be in the little boat soloing, so the chances of me beating anyone ever is pretty much 0.
Right,
they're all gonna sink my ship. I just make it take a really long time by running away a lot.
Oh, gotcha.
But I'll shit talk everyone, dude. Oh, and Matt Metalman says he talks shit about everyone though. Yeah, it's just fun, man. You just get people all pissed off and egg them on. You're not expecting to win. You're just having fun, getting a rise out of them.
Right. Yeah, I guess, man. But then they complain about getting hit. So, if you're just doing it to get a rise out of somebody, they're like, why are you complaining when they fucking attack you, dude?
Yeah, then never mind. That's just dumb.
Yeah, they're just idiots. If you're taking it that seriously, you should keep your fucking mouth shut and keep your head down.
Yeah, I led one group of people that was trying to kill me into a kraken.
Yeah,
nice. They did that. Then some other people killed me, so I dove off my boat when it was sinking and went underwater with a gunpowder crate and sunk their boat.
Nice.
I mean, I died, but then none of us had a boat.
Right.
And your boat just respawns. It doesn't cost you anything. You just get a new boat and you're somewhere else right away. It's not a big deal.
Right.
But I figured,
because the penalty for dying is not that great then, basically.
There's no penalty for it. Yeah, you just respawn. You don't lose anything. And
right.
It's all just fun. You're fucking talking like a pirate, matey, fucking cello tub, all that kind of shit.
Right. I think Boogie did a video on it. I know I saw something about Sea of Thieves on Boogie's channel.
Once I finally managed to get it to actually match make me with people so I can actually play with more than just myself, I plan to do some streams of it, but so far it's just me in a fucking boat, and that's not very entertaining.
Right. Not a whole lot going on.
Sailing around by myself, digging shit out of a fucking island, so not great.
Yeah, not the most entertaining. Yeah.
Or I led some group of people around last night for 20 minutes. I kept out of there because I was better at maneuvering the ship. So I'd keep them at a distance. And I led them to another boat. So they did sink me, but then they had a fight with the other boat over the 3 fucking treasure chests that I had on which were not really that much.
Right. But still, they had to fight for them.
Yeah. Then they got sunk by the other boat. So the people that sunk me got sunk. Because I jumped off my boat and swam around in the water to watch before the sharks killed me.
Right.
Oh, man, says he wishes he could respawn in real life without the use of demonic pacts. If I got to respawn in real life, I'd make a pact with the demon. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Well, presuming like you only have access to the demons in hell, like you're not going to be like hanging out in heaven, being like, "Hey, demon, that's mysteriously in heaven for no apparent reason, like come and fucking resurrect me or some shit." Like hell seems like it would be pretty awful. So it'd be like, all right, let's make a fucking deal to go back to that place that's not as awful.
Right.
I'll take less awful for 100 bob.
Yeah, why not?
And then think of the fun you could have, man, if you were resurrected. You can fucking convince people you're the next fucking Christ and shit. And you tell them like new rules to live by.
Yeah,
pink shoes, run motherfucker. Shit, God loves pink shoes.
Right. Yeah, you want to get on his bad side? Go ahead and don't wear pink shoes. See what happens, buddy.
Exactly. Noob Killer wants to know if you can steal other players' boats. Yes, you can. But when you die, if you have a boat, you respawn on your boat. So you can take their boat, but they're going to keep coming back every like 2 minutes or so. Every what's about 45 seconds to a minute before you respawn. There's a little cooldown period. So yeah, if you like, there's like 2 spawn points on each boat. So if you camp those spawn points, you could potentially fucking take them. God wants to sacrifice Bring Me Schumer from Mad Metalman. That'd be fucking funny. You people are willing.
Yeah, Lena Dunham. Get Schumer and Dunham.
Oh man,
sacrifice those crazy bitches.
But do you make them bang each other first?
Yeah. Yeah, they can if they want. I don't want to watch it.
Well, that'd be like you film it, and then that's like a really good prison punishment.
Yeah. I don't want to see that.
Like, you're in prison now, you got to watch fucking Amy Schumer and fucking Lena Dunham fucking.
Yeah. That's like the punishment in prison. Like we're gonna go Clockwork Orange on you and keep your eyes fucking wide open, and you're gonna stare at fucking Schumer and Dunham,
fucking on a toilet.
Yeah, smearing cake all over each other.
Oh man, I like the chat was like, no,
let's not do that.
No, that is pretty horrible. I can always make things worse. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, but then if you're saying it's a punishment, although again, the people having to film it, what did they do to deserve that? Because they have to watch prisoners. Oh yeah, you'd have the prisoners film it, other prisoners film it. Oh, okay, yeah.
But if they don't film it well, they gotta
live. Like that's for the hardcore ones. Like, all the rest of these people get to just watch it on tape. You have to actually be there, fucking filming it live.
And if they don't do a good job with the filming, they gotta participate the next time.
Right. Yeah, reshoots, and they're involved. Yeah. Interesting form of punishment.
That's a fucked punishment, man. Show it to the pedophiles.
Damn. Yeah.
That would be an effective punishment. I can't imagine anything worse than that.
Damn. But yeah. Anyways, this game, like, it's literally gotten to the point where I'm setting alarms for when the fucking shit's gonna be done, so I can start building the next thing. Mm-hmm. So it's gotten pretty bad. Like I said, first time I ever played this type of game, and I'm probably never going to again because it's just it's too time consuming. It's too involving.
Well, next Sunday, depending on whether or not, or this Sunday, I should say, not next, but the one coming up. If everything works out, we should have VR chat stuff going too. So,
oh yeah,
who knows? Yes. Maybe that'll be your next addiction if it runs on your computer properly.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it does because, like I said, I think I downloaded all the stuff to do it. I just haven't actually done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a Steam game. You just launch it in the don't launch it in VR mode because you don't have virtual reality, so it won't work.
Right. Yeah, but I definitely need to actually try it out. But again, with my attention span and Like, because there's been times like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go do that here as soon as I finish this thing, and then, Jesus Christ, dude, always forget, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you though. Mad Metal Man says you could play that vid for a straight conversion therapy from straight to gay in only 3 seconds. Those two minutes cunt scissoring.
God damn, dude.
Oh, I shouted at some lady today in the fucking parking lot that she was a fucking stupid cunt.
Yeah,
she was driving by. Yeah, well, you know, like the fucking you're in the traffic or parking lot, and there's like stop signs. She just fucking floored it through like 3 of them.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
And I was like, you stupid fucking cunt. Those are for everybody, not just fucking special people. Screaming it out. I looked like a normal, sane, rational individual.
Oh, no, I got into it with people at my kid's school a few years back. Like when they, you know, drop off kids in the morning. When you're leaving the place, you're supposed to take a right. You know, because there's a bunch of people coming in.
And all those fucking special fucking snowflakes that need to turn left and ignore the fucking sign and make everybody wait for a goddamn hour.
Yeah, dude. And that's the thing is, all you got to do is turn right. There's like a church parking lot, like literally like a few hundred yards up. Then you can go in there and turn around and go left.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that happened. Now I'd fucking yell at as I'm going in. Dude, I'd yell at the person because if they're still there, because again, you're stopping everything at a certain point by doing that. You know what I mean? No more cars can come in because all the cars are backed up behind you.
What they've started doing,
I would yell at them.
Is putting in fucking concrete islands in the center divide on places where you can't turn left like that, so that it's not only like, is it, you know, the sign says you can't do it, but there's no possible way to do it unless you want to rip out the undercarriage of your car.
Right.
Because there's like a 6-inch fucking concrete fucking block there that's going to stop you. So
yeah, see, this school was kind of tucked into like a residential area though, so it was kind of out of the question. It wasn't anywhere near it wasn't on a main road.
Yeah, no, if it's off the main roads, you can't really do that. Yeah, it's too bad.
But no, there was a time where like I was the car, like 1 or 2 cars behind the person. I literally would get out of my car and go knock on their window and be like, "Hey, turn right and turn around in the parking lot." Like I would literally get out and fucking yell at them to do that shit.
Well, I mean,
and one lady actually came back. Dude, this blew my mind because I was actually driving in and I got in and I just yelled at her to turn like loud. Like I was like, "Fucking turn, turn right," as I'm coming in. And this bitch actually came back into the fucking parking lot to like confront me about doing that. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You have enough time to come back and fucking talk to me about, try to bitch me out about this, and you can't turn right and just turn back around like that. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, dude. You're a fucking horrible person.
That is insane.
Yeah, I was fucking furious, dude. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, take my license plate. Complain to the school about the shit that they're constantly telling people like you not to do.
Yeah, go and complain. The other guy was mad because I fucking broke your rule.
Yeah. Oh, man, I was so fucking furious, dude. I'm like, oh my God, you actually had nothing better to do, and you still, like, you know what I mean? She wasn't late going anywhere or anything. Obviously, if she had time to turn around and fucking try to bitch me out about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've had a lady fucking cut me off and then get pissed and start screaming at me.
Yeah,
like I had a green light. I was going just through an intersection. Oh, it's on PC and PS4. Okay, so one of the guys was saying you should play Warframe, but I don't know what Warframe is because I'm only like a filthy casual gamer.
All right.
So I'm not up on the, especially not on like console games. But I'm sure it's a good game. It's called Warframe, so it can't be bad. Like you're gonna be killing shit.
Yeah, got a catchy name. Yeah,
I'm going to assume it's similar to the game you're playing now, like a castle defense of some kind.
Right.
Yeah, and then
that would make sense.
Fucking wait for timers and shit.
Yeah,
PC Master Race, Mad Metal Man, exactly.
Oh man, absolutely. Yeah, my son just bought the Skyrim. What do you call it? What the hell do they call that? Oh, the special edition. Yeah, for the updated graphics and shit. Man, I know. I'm hesitating to start playing it because that thing has ruled my life for a very long time. Literally, I think I'd mentioned this before. I literally had well over 2,000 hours of gameplay on fucking Skyrim, dude. Between like 3 characters.
Oh yeah, you've said it. You've talked about it a few times. Yeah, no, I totally get it. They have a virtual reality version of it that I'm looking at. Like there's virtual reality like Minecraft, there's virtual reality Fallout, there's virtual reality Skyrim. And I want to play all of them, but they cost money, and I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how they turn out.
Well, it looks like they look like they're not bad, actually.
I heard the Fallout 4 one wasn't that good. The VR version of Fallout 4 was kind of shitty.
There's a lot of that's the one I'm not gonna get.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, what is it? It says from fucking derp. Brain fucking froze. There's a lot of graphics issues that'll cause it to crash. A lot of the weapons don't work properly. It's just everything about it is a mess, and it's Bethesda, so like Skyrim and Fallout, I'm definitely not going to get in VR. I just want to like play them. I'm just not actually going to buy them.
No, gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, I like the old games. Like I played a lot of the old games on like Atari and Nintendo and all that good stuff, man. I'm definitely down with that. I'm just like I'm not like a super hardcore, have played all the games kind of gamer.
Yeah, I'm not as much as I used to be. I used to be a really fucking hardcore shit, but yeah, I've definitely calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah, ColecoVision for the win.
ColecoVision. Yeah, the old school Donkey Kong. Yeah.
That's the way to go, man.
What was the other ones in television? There was obviously the Atari Odyssey. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Odyssey system. I think it was Magnavox. Yeah, that one was interesting. They had like a fucking pack, back in the 80s. They had a Pac-Man rip-off that was called like Casey Munchkin or something. But again, it was basically the same thing as Pac-Man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. A lot of games, though, man. Yeah. Oh, shit. Mad Metal knows the Odyssey. Nice. Yeah, dude. That reminds me. I was looking up a thing for the patches. I think it was Activision, or maybe it was just Atari itself. But like for the Atari games, if you got a certain high score or a certain score, you could take a picture of the screen, send it in, and they would send you a patch.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, let me see if I can find them and tell you what I'm talking about. But it would be like
I remember that kind of shit. It's just they don't do that anymore. It's that was such a great idea back in the day, but like you'd never catch that shit now. It's all in-game shit. Like I pre-ordered the Sea of Thieves because I just like watching the gameplay. I'm like, I'm absolutely gonna like play a lot of this game, and so I pre-ordered it, and I think there's like skins and stuff that I can get if I follow whatever instructions. Like I can get a bunch of free like articles of clothing, because if you don't actually level up in the game, like you increase your standing with various factions, and that allows you to buy different stuff to wear, or like customize your weapons or your tools or your boat, but you don't actually get better skills or abilities. So what you can do when you start playing the game is the same thing you can do at any level. So people can essentially buy it. It won't become like a pay to win.
Yeah, that's interesting, dude.
That's the key. And so you just get more skills by getting better at the game, like more practice and stuff. But you can buy like the Admiral's coat and the Admiral's hat, and people will realize that it'll show that you've played a long ass time to get all the gold in order to fucking buy those things.
Yeah.
Or get like custom sails or a custom figurehead for your boat, because your boat is super plain with just white sails. Yeah, Pip My Boat. Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're actually avoiding the pay.
Well, and there's going to be stuff that they'll sell in the game, of course, because it's a video game now, and that's what all of them fucking do. But it's all cosmetic stuff, so you can buy cool skins if you want them. kind of thing, and you can contribute because they're gonna open. There's 3 factions now. They're gonna open. I mean, you can see from the way the towns are laid out. There's probably gonna be 2 or 3 more factions that get opened up.
Right.
You can achieve legendary status and get a special fucking like place to go to fucking get better quests, like cooler quests. Because like for instance, we'll just say with the Gold Hordes quest, it's just getting treasure chests. When you start out, you just get like a map of an island that has like an X on it. You sail to the island, you fucking dig up the treasure, you bring it back. As you increase your faction levels with them, you get more complicated quests.
Yeah.
So it'll give you like riddles. So it'll start out with giving you a riddle that you figure out which island you go to that island, it'll unlock the next part of the riddle. Then you figure out where you gotta go stand on the island, and if you gotta like, wave your lantern around or hold a banana out or fucking, hit something with your sword or something.
Yeah, it's almost like
unlock another part, and then you can go find your treasure. So it's pretty trippy.
Ed Metal was bringing up the thing about there was a time where there was like you could actually win shit like a crown and a sword, or there's like 4 different things, dude. But I think there's something weird happened, and the last one didn't actually end up getting awarded for some reason.
Oh, here, let me. We'll go out on this. He says it's called Sword Quest. He has a.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Oh, it doesn't want to work on Chrome. Let's see if it works on Firefox. That's weird.
Oh yeah, that was from the video game crash of the 80s, I believe.
Oh, the page isn't redirecting properly, so it won't let me load it. Let me see if I delete this mess on the end. That's what I thought. Had a little mess on the end that was unnecessary for the link there. All right, here we go. The quest for real-life treasures of Atari's Sword Quest. In 1980, Atari for the golden treasures as gaming prizes, most of which were lost to time until now. A solid gold sword, a diamond-encrusted chalice, a bejeweled talisman. But it's real-world treasures?
Yeah.
There's only 5 of them, so I'm assuming it's like the first person to get the fucking sword and mail in the thing got the sword, and everybody else was fucking SOL. But they spent 150 grand on it.
Yeah, back then. So you know how much money that would be nowadays.
Like fucking 500 grand, easy.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. But yeah, I can't remember which one, but like 1 or 2 of the prizes never got awarded.
Well, let's see.
But yeah, actually, some of those patches are actually worth some fucking money. I wish I would have fucking saved them, man. I think my mom ended up sewing all my Atari patches onto like a jacket.
Yeah.
So I would walk around wearing my, I was like 7 years old with my all proud of my Atari patches jacket.
Well, here's the guy that won the talisman. So everything was 25 grand. The talisman, the crown. Let's see what else was it. The chalice, the talisman, the crown, and the
sword.
Oh, there was one other thing, the cup. No, because there were 4 things, and then there was the sword was 50 grand.
Yeah. Oh,
the other 4 things were 25 apiece. Gold box. There's a gold box. It was 25. So the talisman, the fucking cup, the crown, and the box were $250 grand each.
Yeah.
That's a fucking trip. So that dude got the fucking talisman.
I wonder what that's worth nowadays. I mean, it definitely qualifies as one of a kind.
When they asked him what he was going to do with it, he's like, no plans yet. I didn't really expect to win. Maybe I'll get a car. I've never had one. I fucking love that shit.
Damn. That's awesome.
Oh, that guy got the cup. Look at that dude. That like so fucking classic 80s nerd too.
Right.
Oh, he's got a little bit of giraffe going too. That's hella cool. Let's see.
Yeah, I would assume they're all going to look exactly how you would expect them to look.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to read like the whole article, but that's pretty fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to go through that and read more later, just not like on the thing. Oh, okay. So the final prize was supposed to be the sword, but that never got. I'm guessing the sword never got delivered, and it was all based on competition.
Well, I think it was a game. I think there was a game for each thing. Like it was all under that sword quest thing, but there was a separate game, like where that one said Waterworld or that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure it was a separate game for each one. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Class.
Anyways,
there's way too much to explain there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's one of those things like we need to talk about more another time. I think.
Yeah, maybe we'll have you come on Sunday and fucking explain it. If we're not doing it after our VR chat experience. But yeah, I was gonna say it's
it's probably time to go for now. We'll have to pick it up again on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Right. Indeed.
So thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you then.
All right. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, fellas. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.